Hello and a very warm welcome. Driver ratings for the Austrian Grand Prix. All 20 drivers covered. 1 being terrible, 10 being phenomenal, and there's a couple of 10s this weekend. Anyway, every single driver covered. Let's get into it. Where do we start? Well, I've got Vettel written down first, so let's start with Vettel. Vettel, I'll give 7 out of 10. Really, Sebastian Vettel, he could have fought from third place. The penalty that he got was incredibly harsh. Even Carlos Sainz said it was harsh, and he didn't really deserve it. But that basically cost him the win, because starting from 6th, he can't really fight for the win from there. Starting from 3rd, he could have definitely fought for the win. So, yeah, solid. And the move he did on Lewis Hamilton, huge bollocks by the 4-time champion. I mean, Hamilton squeezed him over onto the white line, and then Vettel just didn't turn. It was like Hamilton-Rosberg from 2016, I want to say, where Rosberg didn't turn, just clobbered into him. And Vettel didn't turn because he was making a point, which is fair enough. On to Kimi Räikkönen, 8 out of 10, and I could have gone up to 9. This was the old Kimi Räikkönen. He had fire in his belly, he was hungry. Amazing start, could have been in the lead, and arguably he could have won the race. He went down into turn 2, locked up. That gave Max the position, didn't it? So who knows if he had one of the best starts I've ever seen him make, because as we know, Kimi Räikkönen doesn't gain places on the first lap. But he should have, but then he locked up, went off the circuit, then lost them all again. But it was a phenomenal start, the old Kimi Räikkönen, so great to see. On to the race winner, Max, in front of all them Dutch fans, 10 out of 10. Absolutely faultless all weekend. After he got in the lead, he dominated, never looked back, and he wins round the Red Bull ring, in a Red Bull, in front of all them Dutchies, and it's great to see. And he battered Ricciardo for the whole weekend. On to Ricciardo, 5 out of 10. Pretty average for Ricciardo. As I've just said, Max outshined him all weekend, running P4, and then he retired. Not a great birthday present for him. And then, what I could not weigh up, out-qualified by a Haas. Embarrassing. So, yeah, I've marked Ricciardo down to 5. Of course, the retirement's not his fault, but to be out-qualified by a Haas when you're in the machinery that you're in is not good enough. Lewis Hamilton, 6 out of 10. And the reason I've given him 6, P2 in qualifying, stayed out under the virtual safety car, was the wrong choice, should have been in, cost him the win. I mean, what are they thinking, Mercedes? They really need to get more aggressive with their strategies. Happened in China, could have won the race, happened again, Hamilton's in the lead, and they don't bring him in. And then he loses all the places, he's raging on the radio, then Vettel gets past him to make it even worse, and then he retires. Bottas, I give, what have I give Valtteri Bottas? I give him 7, so I gave him more than Hamilton, which, as I just read that, is pretty, but he did get pole, did everything right, and then the car lets him down. Was running P2, most unlucky driver this season, without a shadow of doubt. I don't know whether he's been walking under scaffolding or something, but Valtteri Bottas just has no luck. We'll do the Force India boys together. 7 out of 10 for both of them. Perez, great race after a dreadful qualifying. Ocon, very solid. P6 in the race. Was on the grass on the first lap and kept his foot in. Huge. That was great to see. I loved it that he kept his foot in. Hulkenberg, 5 out of 10. Solid weekend, running in the points. And once again, the car lets him down. So, Mr. Consistent, would have scored points, but car lets him down. Carlos Sainz, 5 out of 10. Good qualifying, in the points. But I don't actually know what happened to him. He just dropped back and ended up finishing P12. Maybe his tyres were blistered massively. Now, on to one of the biggest critics in my videos, Marcus Ericsson, 7 out of 10. Horrendous qualifying, qualified last, shocking, but he's gone from last to get in the points for the second time this season. Phenomenal. And one thing I want to say, phenomenal teamwork as well. Charles Leclerc let Ericsson have a go at Alonso, and then Ericsson let Leclerc back through if he couldn't get past. On to Leclerc, 6 out of 10. Mistaken early on in the race, went off into the gravel, fought back to get the points, and again, good teamwork, because he let Ericsson have a go at Alonso. Ericsson couldn't get past, so Leclerc got 9th, Ericsson 10th. Brendan Hartley, 1 out of 10. Not good enough, simple as that. Retired in the race, he's just not good enough. Gasly, 5 out of 10. Solid, nothing special, P11, just missed out on the points. Lance Stroll, now it was a Williams, I'll give Stroll 3 out of 10. He made Q2, that's why I boosted him up a bit, which is good to see. Great battle with Leclerc in the race, but again they finished last in the race. Sergei Sorokin, 1 out of 10. Same as Brendan Hartley, he is simply not good enough and shouldn't be in F1. Fernando Alonso, 7 out of 10. Disaster of a qualifying. And then I turned the race on, he's starting from the pit lane. He's gone from the pit lane to P8. He was running second last for most of the race, and he's come back and got 8th place, so that's great stuff. I mean, his strategy was dead. He was screaming on the radio saying, come on, do something, I'm not going to be stuck here all race, and then he ends up finishing 8th. Stoffel Van Dorn, 2 out of 10. Broke the front wing on the first lap, hit Pierre Gasly, his race was ruined, and then he comes out the pits, he's getting lapped by everyone, and then later on retired. Grosjean, now here we go, 10 out of 10 for Grosjean. Max gets 10, Grosjean gets 10. Superb all weekend, finally in the points after his dreadful season. Beats a Red Bull in qualifying, P4 in the race, best of the rest all weekend, and Romain Grosjean, that's the massive confidence boost he needs. Last but not least, Kevin Magnussen, 8 out of 10. Solid as usual, qualified P8, finished the race in P5, but beaten by Romain Grosjean. And we haven't said that a lot. So that covers the driver ratings. We've done qualifying, we've done race reaction, we've done the driver ratings. Every single driver covered. And on we go to one of my favourite Grand Prix of the year. Silverstone. Cannot wait. Just the track, it's amazing. You've got the first corner, Abbey, flat out. Then you've got one of the best sequences of corners in F1. Copse, Maggots, Beckett's, through Chapel, onto the Hanger Straight, open the DRS. Can't wait, home race. They usually do a special programme on the Thursday as well, where they interview the drivers, so that'll be good to watch. Anyway, we're rabbling. I'll see you soon. Silverstone. Cannot wait. Adios. Thanks for watching. Who scored highly? Max. Grosjean. Who else scored highly? I boosted Ericsson up. And the worst scorers, Hartley and Sorokin. It was a great race. Enjoyed it. So happy for Max. Brilliant. Adios.